Life isn't all about training, so let me show you what I get up to on my day off. So I definitely think one of the hardest things about training when you get older is knowing when to push and knowing when to pull back. I think you definitely have to listen to your body, and when you're in the gym or when you're in any kind of training, if you feel like it's a bit too much, it's okay to stop. It's okay to switch to a lighter weight. It's okay to just slow down a bit. But I've definitely learned that I have to slow down sometimes, particularly with my knees. I do not have the best knees in the world. And when I'm doing certain exercises, I can feel it in my knees. And when I start getting that niggly feeling, I know I need to stop. So one of the major factors for me in slowing down when I feel my knees hurting is my job is really physical. I do a lot of lifting and stuff. So if I was to really badly hurt my knees, I wouldn't be able to work, which is not ideal. If I feel those niggles getting too much, I know, slow down, stop, even just lighter weight and just go through the motions, and sometimes that's perfect. Rest is such an important part of what you need to recover. There was even times a few months ago where I was training 7 days a week and I was just tired all the time, and then you can't get the max out of what you're trying to do, and it's not ideal. So you definitely need to rest to recover so that you can come back stronger. And the next week you go to the gym, the next day you go to the gym, you're able to push as hard as you can, lift the weight, do the rep, and then you come out feeling good about it. One good thing about me as well is I am quite capable of just switching off, and it feels good because I hear other people on about they can't switch off, they can't relax, they're always thinking about something. Thankfully I don't have that problem. There's an absolutely yucky day outside, but the puppy dog still needs her walk, so we're going to get her ready, get me ready. The only jacket I have is a winter jacket, and I'm going to have to put that on, and I'm going to be sweating. Let's go for a walk. I planned on having these chats sitting on a lovely bench somewhere today down by the water where I live, but as you can see, it is not the nicest of days today. Yucky. So we're having car chats instead. So for car chats today, I just kind of wanted to touch on what I've learned about myself since starting Thai boxing, and also fears and doubts that I had at the start and that I still have now. So one thing it's definitely taught me is how to throw a punch properly. So, don't come for me, because Dan and Jer are waiting for you, Nah, I'm only joking. No, I can't punch properly now though. It's definitely taught me that when I feel like I can't keep going, that you actually can. Before, even if I was just going for a walk or attempting to run, or even just going to the gym or whatever, I would kind of stop or slow down or do less reps, do less weight, stuff like that, if I was feeling too tired or just didn't really feel like it. But in Thai boxing, when you're doing pads with someone, when you're doing pads with a coach, or when you're doing pads with somebody else, you just have to keep going. When I do fight, it'll probably be 3 rounds of 3 minutes, I'd imagine. I have to keep going for those whole 9 minutes. I can't stop for those 9 minutes. I can't get tired because I'm going to lose the fight. For those whole 9 minutes, I have to give it everything I got. I have to keep going. I have to keep pushing. And I have to be the strongest, best version of myself for 9 minutes, provided it gets to 9 minutes. it's definitely shown me I'm tougher than I thought that I was. I've like spent my whole life having everybody take care of me, and I've never had to take care of myself really. I'm the youngest of 6 kids and the only girl, so was always quite mollycoddled at home, and I never really, there's not been many times in my life where I've had to be tough. I'm also quite soft, so if somebody looked at me the wrong way, sometimes I'd probably start crying. One of the first times I went training, I was with my husband. Accidentally, he punched me and then my hand hit me in the face, and like everything in me wanted to start absolutely bawling, crying on the spot, but I didn't do it. I was trying to hold in the tears. I was like, you do not want to start crying now in a room full of like boys. But I'm proud to say, like a few weeks ago, I got an absolute haymaker into the face. I didn't start crying. I didn't even feel like I needed to start crying. It's really toughened me up to a certain point now, saying that I still haven't sparred that much. I don't have that much experience with sparring yet. I haven't been punched in the face that much. I feel like I can take it. That's something that I never would have thought before. Like I would have been absolutely terrified if I thought somebody was going to punch me in the face. And I would for sure have started crying. But now I'm not going to start crying. And then like something else I've had to get over. So my husband gets injured a lot, like more than anyone I've ever come across in my whole life. Like you don't even believe how much this man gets injured. So he probably came with me like 3 or 4 times, and then I had to start going on my own. And it's really hard to walk into a gym that's mostly all guys. Like there might be 1 or 2 girls there sometimes. So it's like really hard to walk into a gym full of men and be strong and be powerful, and it can be really intimidating and daunting to walk into the gym. I'm always proud of myself when I do it. Now, I won't lie, there's been like 2 occasions where I didn't do it. I literally drove out there, sat in the car, and was like, nope, can't go in. I like got so anxious and I couldn't go in. But I'm after getting a lot better. While we're on the subject of like anxiety and fears and stuff, one thing that like a lot of people, my family and friends kind of mostly, because they don't know anything about Thai boxing and they just obviously see it as something really violent. Do I have fears and doubts about it? Yes. So obviously, first of all, I'm in my late 30s, so I feel like I did feel like I was too old to fight. But at the end of the day, like reasonably fit. I now feel like I'm a bit tougher. One thing that I definitely lack is probably the endurance, so that's something that we're working on. So I definitely felt like I was too old to do this. And then sometimes, like when I'm watching fighting or when I'm watching like younger people in the gym and stuff, like am I as sharp? Am I as conditioned? Am I much slower than them? And I do think about it sometimes, because when I go training it's after work, so like I've just done a 10-hour work day, and then I get there and I am tired, and when I'm tired I probably am a bit slower and I'm not as sharp and stuff, and then I do walk away from those sessions feeling a bit like deflated. I still went, I still put the work in, I still made an effort, I still showed up, and showing up is like most of the battle, to be honest. And then I also have fears and doubts about my knees, because I have the knees of an 80-year-old person. Like I'm not even joking. They crack when I go up and down stairs. Sometimes I just walk and I'm in pain. Smashing my legs off pads and stuff a couple of times a week definitely doesn't help the knee situation either. But look, they're not so right now, so we'll get on with it. So just to kind of wrap up this chatty section, I found a new version of myself. It's a lot tougher, it's a lot more resilient, it's a lot braver, and we're working on her still, and we're going to keep working on her. And like I'm happy with the version of me that I am becoming, and I'm happy with the version of me that I am building for the future. On a side note, now that I'm cleaning or whatever, our first tube were broke because there's just vast amounts of dog hair all the time. So we bought this one. on recommendation, and I am not kidding you, it is the worst Hoover I have ever used. It's shocking. There's terrible suction. The pole, if it does get any kind of suction on a carpet or whatever, the pole just comes apart. Oh, don't buy it. Thank you so much for spending Friday with me. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you're following along my journey to my first fight, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a video. And I would love if you left a comment down below and let me know what you do to relax on your rest days. See you in the next one.